Hello everyone. Selamat malam saya ucapkan kepada semua. Welcome
Hai.
back to Chat with Optometrist. This time we are already in episode 5 and tonight together with me there's 3 panelists. The first one is our Association of Malaysian Optometrists President, Mr. Ahmad. Mr. Ahmad cakap hi sikit.
Hai, Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi. And we also have MOSCO, Mr. Jun Yuan. Say hi, please.
Hi, good evening, guys.
Good evening. And we also have another AMOSCO, which is Mr. Prakash. Say hi.
Hi, good evening, all.
All right, guys. So today topic for chit chat with optometrist SIHAT, episode 5 is lazy eyes ataupun mata malas. So like I mentioned in the previous episode, mata malas ni adakah sebab orang tu malas dia menyebabkan mata malas? Kita nak tahu dan that's why kita akan jawab soalan-soalan. Apa tu mata malas? Apa punca mata malas? Bagaimana nak menangani mata malas dan siapa yang boleh bantu anda jika ada orang yang ada mata malas. So soalan-soalan ni kita akan jawab today. So of course, the first questions about lazy eyes is about the definitions ataupun maksud mata malas tu sendiri. Yeah. So untuk ini saya rasa yang paling sesuai untuk jawab of course our Mr. President, Mr. Ahmad. So Ahmad, apa yang dimaksudkan ataupun yang didefinisikan sebagai mata malas? Mata malas dan myopia. Silakan.
Okey. Untuk permulaan, biasanya kalau kita pergi ke praktik optometri ataupun kedai cek mata, kalau bila cek mata je, ada je orang tu kata, mata awak ni mata malas. Power tinggi je terus dia kata mata malas. Amblyopia, lazy eye, macam-macam. Kalau nak tahu sebenarnya mata malas ataupun layman termnya dan dalam bahasa Inggeris kita panggil amblyopia. Mata malas ni berlaku apabila satu mata tu tak dapat melihat dengan jelas apabila kita dah bagi kuasa refraksi yang terbaik, yang optimum. Tapi dia tak dapat melihat vision yang sepatutnya 6/6 tu. Itu kita kategorikan dia mata malas. Maknanya bila kita dah bagikan kuasa yang penuh ataupun kita dah bagi kantar lekap ke ataupun dah buat operation tapi still tak dapat penglihatan yang terbaik 6/6. Itu kita katakan dia mata malas. Dan kebiasaannya mata malas ni terjadi pada salah satu mata. Jarang juga berlaku kat dua-dua mata sebab dia mata ni dia akan satu mata akan nampak terang, satu mata lagi dia kabur. Dan bila keadaan ni berlaku, yang mata yang terang ni dia akan superimpose pada mata yang kabur. Jadi secara tak langsung mata yang kabur tu kan jadi mata malas, dia akan terabai lama-lama. Sebab kita ingat mata kita melihat terang tapi sebenarnya ada satu mata yang tak nampak dengan jelas. Yang tu mata tu yang jadi lazy eye ataupun amblyopia. Okey, itu saja daripada saya, Syuk. Mungkin boleh tambah yang lain.
Baik, thank you Ahmad. Thank you so much untuk definisi amblyopia ataupun mata malas. So, optometrist selalunya akan sebut mata malas ni sebagai perkataan dia amblyopia ataupun of course kita sebut mata malas, tapi sometimes people akan a bit confused about mata malas sebab orang ingat budak-budak tu yang malas. It's not kan. Mata malas ni is about conditions di mana macam Mr. Ahmad cakap tadi, dia tak boleh melihat dengan jelas ataupun huruf-huruf yang kecil pada carta huruf tu because of dia punya connections ataupun the wiring lah, some sort of dia tak boleh nak nampak. So we need to push or we need to try to make children yang ada amblyopia ni kalau nak betulkan. Nanti kita akan talk about the treatment ataupun how we want to manage amblyopia ni later. Tapi selain daripada definisi tu, tadi Ahmad ada cakap penyakit apa semua tu. So kita nak tahu what is the cause? What is the cause of amblyopia? what is causing lazy eyes, and perhaps is it certain diseases? Is there certain eye problems that can cause amblyopia? So I want to pass this question to Prakash. Prakash, maybe you want to enlighten our audience.
Yep.
What is the causes of amblyopia, please?
Right. Okay, thanks Shukri. Before we look into the cause, kita kena tahu macam mana benda ni boleh berjadi, mata malas. So, kita kena tahu when a baby born, okay, out of the womb, the eyeball is already there. The shape of the eyeball is already there. The lens is already there. Semua part dalam mata tu semua dah ada. Cuma fungsinya tu belum 100% lengkap. So untuk memastikan mata kita berfungsi dengan lebih baik, dia bergantung pada learning, you know. As your eye is growing, it's actually learning through the environment. So kita kata pertumbuhan mata tu, fungsi tu still going on from the moment anak tu lahir sampai umur ke 10 ke 12 tahun. So both the eye and the brain is working together. They are learning from the environment. So bila mata ni sebagai kamera, siapa yang lihat adalah otak. Mata kita ni sebagai kamera, dia just terima input, dia hantar ke otak. So otak yang melihat. So untuk otak berfungsi dengan lebih baik, kamera mesti bagus, right? So bila if let's say something is wrong with your eye, for an example, mungkin katakan you ada rabun jauh yang terlalu tinggi. Kanak-kanak tu mungkin ada rabun jauh yang terlalu tinggi, menyebabkan image yang sampai ke dalam mata kita ataupun kamera kita tu tak berapa jelas. So bila tak berapa jelas, otak tak dapat input yang sepenuhnya, right? So bila jadi macam ni, otak akan ingat, oh maybe kita boleh lihat sampai sini sahaja. Katakan penglihatan kabur, okay? So otak akan assume this is my capability, this is my eye and the brain system punya capability. So bermaksud kita boleh tengok sampai sini sahaja. So that's why kita panggil mata malas. Sebenarnya bukan mata yang malas, otak pun dah malas sekali. The whole system, there is a connection between the eye and the brain. So punca utama adalah rabun jauh ataupun rabun dekat yang terlalu tinggi ataupun power silau. Okay, itu punca pertama. Punca kedua, mungkin ada mata juling ataupun squint in English kita panggil. So bila mata kita dua-dua straight, kita boleh nampak. Tetapi kalau katakan satu mata tu dah juling keluar ataupun masuk ke dalam. So bila benda ni berlaku, mata yang dah ada juling tu tak ada input. So kamera yang dah juling tu tak ada input. So otak akan mula ignore mata yang dah juling tu. So juling sama ada kita ada banyak jenis juling dan severity juga kita kena tengok, juling kecil, juling besar ke macam mana. So mana-mana juling pun boleh menyebabkan mata malas. Itu nombor 2. Nombor 3, kita kena tengok sama ada kamera you, katakan kamera you semua bagus tetapi lens dah rosak dalam kamera. Katakan lens dah pecah. So bila lens dah pecah, lampu tak boleh masuk. Ataupun katakan you ada kamera tapi you lupa nak buka cover dekat depan kamera tu. Macam mana you nak ambil gambar? So sama, kita imagine kita punya mata. Katakan dalam mata ada cataract, selaput dalam mata. So kanak-kanak pun boleh dapat selaput dalam mata, right? Ataupun nombor 2, mungkin ada droopy eyelid, mungkin dia punya kelopak mata tutup sedikit. So ini kita panggil stimulus deprivation. Maksudnya tak ada stimulus ke dalam mata. So something is blocking. So yang ini pun boleh menyebabkan mata malas. So bila the main thing in amblyopia is what happen is you punya kamera tu tak berfungsi dengan bagus. Tetapi kita kena tahu ya, dalam mata malas ni bila kita tengok dari luar semuanya nampak okey. So mata nampak okey saja dari luar. Kita pun tak tahu dia ada mata malas. Melainkan bila kita test mata tersebut. So 3 punca untuk conclude balik 3 punca yang boleh menyebabkan mata malas. Main thing is kita punya rabun, okay, rabun jauh ataupun rabun dekat ataupun power silau. Nombor 2 mungkin kalau ada juling. Nombor 3 mungkin ada apa-apa penyakit mata seperti cataract ataupun selaput ataupun penyakit-penyakit yang lain. Saya rasa di sini, I mean that's all for now.
Okay, thank you so much. Very clear cut. The three reason just now is rabun, any types of rabun kan, Prakash? Rabun silau, rabun jauh,
Yep.
rabun dekat. All of this can cause
Yep.
amblyopia, juling, squint, and then of course there's many types, many diseases that can cause blockage of cahaya, the lights entering into the eyes, and this also can cause amblyopia, lazy eye. So that's very clear. Before we proceed on who is at risk, because the next question I'm going to ask JY, but I see there's one comment related to your answer just now, Mr. Prakash, which was asked by Mr. Terry Liu, and he asked about normally for lazy eyes, power is higher than another eyes, right? So basically, what he mean or he asked is that from his understanding that mata malas ni ialah keadaan di mana power belah kanan ataupun power belah kiri, salah satu power mata tu tinggi lagi daripada mata satu lagi. I mean, satu tinggi, satu rendah. Is that really the cause, or is that the definition of amblyopia? Perhaps Ahmad or Prakash can enlighten this.
Maybe
Boleh.
saya share dulu. It's actually a misconception. Kita panggil bila power tinggi, kita panggil mata tu malas. Tidak. Power boleh tinggi. Okay, katakan power sini 700, power sini 100. Tetapi bila kita dah betulkan pada peringkat awal, when the baby is born, and then kita dapat tahu bila kita check pada peringkat sangat awal dan kita dah betulkan, kita dah bagi cermin. So power tinggi berapa pun, kita masih boleh elakkan lazy eye. That is not the lazy eye. Lazy eye biasanya disebabkan power tinggi ni boleh berlaku bila kita tak betulkan, bila kita tak bagi cermin. So macam tadi saya kata mata ni 100, power dia mata ni 700. So bermaksud tanpa cermin mata ni boleh nampak dengan bagus, tetapi mata ni tak nampak bagus. So bila kita tak betulkan pada peringkat yang lebih muda, when we are not correcting, when we are not giving the glasses or correcting the power at very younger age, then the eye with the higher power berisiko untuk jadi mata malas. Yep. JY and Ahmad, you want to add anything? Yep.
Okay. Kalau saya pula, saya biasa dapat soalan macam ni. Biasa macam, yalah datang kata, power saya tinggi sebelah lah, power saya tinggi sebelah rendah. So dia kata, ada satu kedai tu kata mata yang tinggi ni mata malas lah. Sebenarnya benda ni salah konsep sebenarnya. Kalau mata malas ni, kita dah kata tadi, penglihatan satu mata tu tak dapat penglihatan terbaik 6/6. Sekiranya yang dekat luar sana ada masalah ni, ini sebenarnya bukan mata malas. Ini kita panggil anisometropia. Di mana power mata kiri dan mata kanan tidak sama, ataupun jarak perbezaan tu terlalu tinggi. Perbezaan dia terlalu jauh. Dia tidak hampir sama. Jadi yang ini kita panggil anisometropia, bukannya mata malas. Itu daripada saya, Syuk.
Okay. And JY, anything to add before I ask you the next question?
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with Prakash. What he said is definitely right. It's about our eyes is like a camera. It's like a lens. So if there's a high power, the lens is blurred. So the stimulus cannot go into our brain and transmit the informations. And that's why when our brain has used the better eye to see clear, our brain will choose to use the good eye. The bad eye that will usually neglected. So it's a natural selection kind of things that we want to see clear. We choose the good eyes. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Prakash. Thank you, Ahmad. Thank you, JY. So the next question is about who can get amblyopia, who is at risk. I sometimes comes across people yang umur 30-40 tahun, dia datang dan dia cakap, this person says to me that, oh, I have lazy eye. So I'm very curious and very careful when I do examinations, eye examination on this kind of persons. So actually, who is at risk of getting like lazy eyes, JY, and what who is can be defined that having amblyopia? Is there a certain age that can get amblyopia, or can this amblyopia remain until you get older? So
Hmm.
yeah, please enlighten.
Yeah, actually, it happens on me as well. Some adults tell me, that he has amblyopias. It happens because not because that he just get the amblyopia. It's because it's a accumulative kind of situations when he actually got this amblyopia since he was very young and he never realized it. So usually this only happens for kids, like what Mr. Prakash has shared. Is since we were born, we start to have problem with the eyes. So if you leave it untreated, the amblyopia can be a permanent condition. Even though after you grow up until 2040s, the amblyopia will be there forever. That's why we always say, get your kids' eyes checked since you're beginning of 3 years old to 5 years old. So yeah, it happens on adults, but most likely it happens on children, and it happens on adults only if the children's eyes left untreated. Then it can cause permanent situations, and that conditions we usually call it as a low vision. So it happens to my friends. I can share more about my one story. My friend is 28 years old. He has one eye is seeing clear. One eye is his power about 700. So the 700 eye is a very high power, and the good eye actually no power. So this my friend actually never get his eye treated 20 years back. So the amblyopia has been there for 20 years. So it has now become a low vision and it become a permanent case. So now he has no guarantee anymore. One eye left, so he has to take good care of the good eyes lah. So the reason we have two eyes is because eyes is so important that we need a spare part. We need a spare for us to see clear. So one eye is getting injured, we have a spare. So yeah. So usually happens on kids most of the time, but if you leave untreated, it can happen on adult as well. Back to
I
you, Mr.
see.
Shukri.
Thank you, JY. So now is more clearer on that. Basically, it actually started at younger age. At younger age, as early as babies can start getting amblyopia if not treated with what Prakash mentioned just now, diseases or rabun tinggi or squint. So, and if not treated, not managed well, basically, I understand the management later will be taught by Ahmad as well as JY yourself. We will talk about that later. But before that, we know now that children mostly going to get amblyopia. And I want to ask the next questions to Prakash. What is the sign or symptoms that parents can see or look at to know that their child is having an issue or having these lazy eyes, Prakash?
Okay, thanks, Shukri. As I said, the main cause is the power, right? When you have a short sightedness or long sightedness or astigmatism that is not corrected. So, it's very rare that we can actually name, oh, kalau jadi macam ni, ini adalah mata malas. Tak, mata malas ni kita dapat tahu bila kita bawa kita punya anak pergi jumpa optometrist, ataupun pakar, pakar penglihatan. Kita ni sebagai pakar penglihatan, optometrist. So bila kita berjumpa, bila kita buat test, baru kita dapat tahu, oh dia ada mata malas. Okay. Dari segi, sebenarnya dia bergantung pada rabun jauh kita. Okay, so sama kalau katakan you ada rabun jauh. Kalau you realize your kids is actually watching TV at a very close distance, kita selalu marah kita punya anak. Don't go close, don't go close. But we need to think, what makes them to go very close to the TV? Saya pernah nampak banyak parents yang complain. Saya dah marah dia banyak kali, dia tak, still nak pergi dekat. Tapi bila kita check, kita dapat tahu memang rabun jauh dia tinggi. So kalau dari jauh dia tak nampak. That's why the child is actually going close. So bila kita check, oh okay ada rabun jauh, and then kita dah bagi glasses. So bila kita dah bagi glasses, then you boleh marah anak you. Kalau katakan anak you masih lagi pergi dekat TV, then kita boleh marah. So bermaksud dekat sini memang sains tu sebagai kita, public sebagai parents, memang you susah nak detect sama ada anak you ada lazy eye or not. Sebab yang jenis amblyopia yang paling ketara adalah disebabkan rabun jauh ataupun rabun dekat ataupun silau yang terlalu tinggi. So the signs of amblyopia that is caused by the short-sightedness, it's very difficult to be determined unless you bring your children for the eye examination. Kedua, kalau katakan you rasa macam mata anak you tak berapa straight, it doesn't look straight, you seem like your child is having crossed eyes. Yeah, so that could also lead to amblyopia. So kalau cepat-cepat you nampak itu, you kena cepat bawa. And again, some small deviation, angle, screen juling-juling yang kecil sebenarnya memang orang luar sebagai orang yang biasa, memang you tak boleh detect. Okay. And nombor tiga seperti mana yang saya kata, disebabkan selaput dalam mata. So kanak-kanak dia tak akan komplain, oh mak saya tak nampak. Kanak-kanak memang tak akan komplain sebab kanak-kanak ingat saya nampak memang macam ni. Dia ingat maybe semua orang nampak macam tu. Ataupun kalau kanak-kanak ada apa-apa masalah, dia tak akan bagi tahu. Seperti yang saya bagi tahu, lazy eye bila kita tengok dari luar mata semuanya nampak normal. So bermaksud di sini apa yang saya nak tekankan dekat sini, memang signs of amblyopia is not very significant, cannot be significantly observed by the parents. So di situlah kita perlu tekankan berapa pentingnya untuk bawa anak-anak kita ke untuk jumpa optometrist seawal yang mungkin. Seboleh-bolehnya paling awal 6 bulan selepas seseorang bayi itu lahir. So setakat tu je.
Thank you, Prakash. Again, I have another question from Mr. Terry Liu. It's related to your answer, Prakash. I guess Mr. Terry Liu still a bit confused about what is myopia and the difference between amblyopia. From what I see there, he's facing lots of problems, especially like kids that they and their parents don't know eyes got myopia problems. So like you just mentioned just now, Prakash, definitely the kids will not have any issues. We'll see whatever they see that think that's normal. They don't feel blur or they didn't think blur is something that they recognize because perhaps they think that their friends, their parents is seeing the same thing as what they see, but actually they are seeing blur. Perhaps you can enlighten, can tell a little bit what was the difference between myopia and amblyopia, and can myopia cause amblyopia, Prakash?
As I said, myopia is a refractive error, but if you have corrected earlier, let's say you have already given a glasses or whatsoever, you have already corrected the myopia at the younger age, then chances of you developing amblyopia or lazy eye is very less. Okay, so like this, you said your child, you're having power of 200 on the right eye, 100 on the left eye. If you correct the power at the very younger age, so you're letting your camera to see clearly. That means you won't develop lazy eye. Let's say if you don't wear glasses until the age of maybe 10 or 12 years old, and you're bringing your kid of this power to see an optometrist at the age of 12. So then there's high chances of developing lazy eye or amblyopia, which we would assume the right eye will go into amblyopia because in this case, right eye is weaker than the left eye. The left eye is actually seeing clearly without the glasses. Yep. So we can't just define amblyopia based on the power. So again, I wanted to focus here. I wanted all of you to understand high power doesn't mean that you are having lazy eye.
Okay. Faham? So ingat rakan-rakan, para pendengar, penonton dekat luar sana, rabun yang tinggi bukan bermaksud anda ada mata malas. Rabun yang tinggi tidak bermaksud anda ada mata malas. Mata malas ni adalah keadaan apabila seseorang itu tak boleh nampak sesuatu yang kecil, objek yang kecil, tulisan yang kecil, especially bila kita check dengan carta huruf tak nampak tu, walaupun kita dah bagi cermin mata, bantuan untuk melihat dengan baik, tapi still tak boleh nampak. So the issue is with the hubungan antara mata dengan otak, hubungan untuk translate tu, the connection tu. So rabun yang tinggi adalah kemungkinan menjadi penyebab, the cause of amblyopia, mata malas. Tapi it itself not mata malas. So need to understand that definition. Thank you Prakash for that. Okay. When we talk about rabun tadi, rabun jauh, myopia, of course we need to talk about glasses or contact lens or whatever nak bantu untuk melihat dengan lebih baik. So my next questions to Ahmad is adakah cermin mata betul-betul boleh menyembuhkan atau membantu seseorang yang mempunyai mata malas? So Ahmad, silakan.
Betul, dia boleh membantu. Sama ada cermin mata ataupun kantar sentuh, di mana kita kena tahu power yang tinggi ni kita nak tengok, sebenarnya kita nak access dia adalah tahap penglihatan, iaitu 6/6, vision yang terbaik, 20/20. Kita nak tengok yang tu. Kalau pakai cermin mata, bila tak nampak 6/6, 20/20, itu mata tu memang menghadapi mata malas. Bagilah power tinggi macam mana pun, 100 ke 1000 ke, dah memang itu power dia, tapi dia tak, bila pakai still tak nampak penglihatan terbaik. Jadi dia kena pakai cermin mata power yang optimum, yang power yang dia punya tu dia kena pakai, dan kita akan access pula penglihatan dia. Mungkin sebulan akan datang kita nak tengok penglihatan dia kalau boleh bertambah baik. Asalnya mungkin 12 ke 6/12, dan akan turun jadi 6/9. Kita nak tengok ada progress, peningkatan vision dia. Power tak berubah, tapi vision dia, penglihatan dia bertambah baik. Kita nak tengok penglihatan dia yang bertambah baik. Power tak akan berubah, tapi penglihatan yang kita nak tengok dia bertambah baik. Kita access dia penglihatan, bukannya power. Itu yang mungkin ramai kena faham lah sebenarnya. Power tak menjadi masalah sebenarnya, tapi penglihatan tu, dah bagi power yang tinggi, dah optimum apa semua, tapi penglihatan masih tak dapat yang terbaik. Kita nakkan penglihatan yang terbaik. Itu saja daripada Syuk. Memang cermin mata memang kena pakai, memang membantu, sebab benda ni kita nak selesaikan masalah amblyopia dia dulu. Disebabkan oleh apa, saraf-saraf kat retina tu tak dirangsang sebenarnya. So bila kita bagikan power yang betul, yang optimum, saraf-saraf tu baru dirangsang, akan rasa macam kena tekan macam tu. Itu yang kita nak buat sebenarnya.
Baik. So that's really good. Basically apa yang Ahmad ceritakan tadi adalah cermin mata ataupun apa-apa alat bantuan melihat yang diberikan oleh optometrist wajiblah digunakan ataupun dipakai. Kalau contohnya macam optometrist dah detect seseorang kanak-kanak tu dah ada rabun jauh ataupun rabun dekat ataupun even rabun silau, astigmatism, of course kena pakai. Sebab pertama, pakai itu tujuannya untuk mengelakkan berlakunya masalah, sebab rabun tu akan boleh menjadi penyebab kepada mata malas tu nanti kalau tak dibetulkan. Kemudiannya, kalau memang optometrist dah detect ada mata malas, cermin mata ataupun alat bantu yang diberikan, contact lens atau apa-apa yang diberikan optometrist tu memang wajib dipakai supaya untuk memberi kejelasan pada mata dan boleh bantu untuk merawat mata malas. Or is it, I mean, we're going to ask the next questions to JY. Basically, is the only ways to treat lazy eyes is through glasses? how optometrists manage lazy eyes, JY. Can it be treated?
Okay,
Please enlighten
thank you,
us, please.
Thank you, Shukri. So, how to treat lazy eye? The key question is not about wearing glasses. The key question is to be able to see clearly. So that's why we need to treat the root of the cause. Instead of just giving glasses, there might be other reason like cataract, like Julian matter, screen eyes, or even other things that can cause lazy eye. So we need to treat the cause, the root cause of the reason why we get the lazy eye. So we always encourage patients to see optometrists because optometrist is going to check detailedly from the inside to outside to see what is the root cause of the reason that you got the lazy eye. Instead of just simply give you glasses, you pakai spec lah, senang saja. Kita bagi wang saya bagi spec. That is not the way. The way is to find out the reason and we find the real reason and we give the treatment on the spot. So there are three ways of treating the elite amblyopias depending on the situations. One of it is actually do eye patching. Eye patching is sebab mata satu high power, satu low power. So you kena patch mata bagus lah so that to focus on the bad eye. So our eyes will get stimulus. We start working again. Then we slowly you get the stimulus to the eyes, to the brain, and then it start function. Just like our hand. Kalau hand tak ada energy, not feeling strong, we go work out the weak hand so that you can get a stronger hand. Sama dengan mata lah. So if let's say it's squint eye, usually we refer to do the surgery, but that is the final solution lah for the squint eye. So we always based on the situations, and then we give the best treatments lah untuk kanak-kanak. Yeah. So I hope that answer your question, Shukri.
Okay, thank you so much, JY. So yeah, it really helps. Basically, the key points is that we need to seek helps lah, kan? If we have or our children have amblyopia, and these treatments or this management cannot be done on your own, kan, JY? It need to be prescribed or it need to be managed by optometrists. Optometrists need to determine whether the eye patch is needed, the glasses is needed or not, or whatever treatment, vision therapy that can be used to manage and treat amblyopia. So, but I think the best thing is that it can be treated if we detect amblyopia as early as possible. Because if we treat or we manage amblyopia, lazy eyes at early age, then amblyopia have a success rates, to be cured. But if the child we detect it late, perhaps macam dah masuk sekolah menengah, baru kita tahu dia ada lazy eye, then it might be a little bit too late to be helped, to get better 20/20/6 vision. So of course, the one point that is important is that early detections. And then another question when it comes to late detections, lambat dapat detect amblyopia ni adalah, adakah dia menjadi punca kepada masalah lain? Sebagai contoh, orang cakap bila ada mata malas, macam tadi kita mention, dia boleh jadi penyebab rabun tinggi, tapi ada juga orang cakap, jadi mata malas boleh menyebabkan juling. Adakah mata malas boleh menyebabkan mata seseorang, sebab mata dia sebelah kan malas, macam tak little bit blur compared to the other eye, adakah mata yang malas tu akan juling? So saya nak tanya soalan ni kepada Ahmad. Silakan Ahmad.
Okey. Sebenarnya dua-dua tu boleh sebenarnya. Mata juling boleh menyebabkan mata malas, itu satu. Mata malas pun boleh menyebabkan juling juga. Sebab apa? Okey, sebab apa? Sebab contoh kita ada satu mata yang elok. Mata satu ni memang kita boleh fokus. Contoh mata ni memang boleh fokus pada satu objek yang jauh ataupun yang dekat, kita boleh fokus. Maknanya mata tu memang boleh ikut apa arah yang kita nak tengok lah. Tapi bayangkan mata yang satu lagi ni yang tak elok ni memang dah kabur dah. Dia nak fokus kat mana? Dia pun tak nampak kat mana tempat yang objek sasaran tu yang dia nak fokus. Itu yang dikatakan bila kita fokus, kita ingat dua-dua mata kita melihat pada tempat yang sama. Tapi sebenarnya ada satu mata tu dia tak fokus, kita tak sedar pun. So yang mata yang tak elok tu, yang mata malas tu kadang-kadang boleh menyebabkan juling. Dia mungkin terkeluar sikit ataupun ke dalam. So juling ni pula ada angle-angle dia pula. Yang tu satu. Dan bila yang kedua pula juling menyebabkan mata malas sebab kita yang juling ni dia dah terkeluar, tak boleh nak fokus kan. Yang itu yang penyebab kepada mata malas. Sebab dua-dua tu pun boleh menjadi. So dua-dua pun betul sebenarnya Syuk. Jadi berbalik kepada asal dia, kita mesti rawat dia punya punca kuasa dia, akar dia kat mana, kerosakan dia ni kat mana. Dari situ kita rawat. Jadi nasihat saya memang kepada pendengar luar sana, memang kalau boleh berjumpalah dengan optometrist. Maknanya optometrist ni insyaAllah boleh bagi tahu. Kalau kedai cermin mata mungkin ada yang tak ada optometrist, mungkin tak boleh nak bagi tahu secara detail. Tahu-tahu je dia suruh pergi hospital. Sebabnya dia tak boleh nak selesaikan masalah pesakit-pesakit ni yang ada kita katakan special condition lah. Keadaan yang special. Itu saja dari saya, Syuk.
Baik. Thank you so much, Ahmad. So, mata malas dengan juling ni dia berkaitan. Mata malas boleh menjadi penyebab kepada juling. Juling boleh menjadi penyebab kepada mata malas. So, kita semua kena faham tu. Basically, of course, again, the importance of eye examination, budak-budak, early detection. So kanak-kanak, ibu bapa, please bring your child to see optometrist to get early eye examinations. You know, like Prakash mentioned just now, as early as 6 months old, or even if you have difficulty to bring them at early age, perhaps you can bring them as early as when they're able to read. Able to read at 4 years old, 5 years old, or when they start preschool. So that will be good if you bring them to see optometrists and do some basic eye examinations to see whether they have any difficulty seeing. And just now we mentioned about amblyopia can cause squint, and I would like to know whether amblyopia can cause other problems. So these questions I want to pass to JY. Can amblyopia leads to any eye diseases, penyakit-penyakit mata boleh jadi buta ke ni? JY, please, silakan.
Yeah, thank you, Shukri. So yes, amblyopia, if you leave untreated, can cause other problems. A very common problem is the children has lost attention to the learning. This is what, because children never tell. Children dia tak bagi tahu semasa dia tak nampak. Never tell parents. So that can cause further deterioration of the eyes. So last time, because we don't have a very good health system, Malaysia, we are kind of like susah nak tengok. We didn't talk about optometrists. Optician pun susah nak jumpa sebenarnya 10, 20 years back. But today is different. Our world is changing. Now we have better technologies. We have more professional in the country. So we should avoid incident like this. So like the story I shared just now, one of my friends has low vision due to the untreated amblyopias. These kind of things shouldn't happen anymore in Malaysia. Especially we have such a good facilities and supports from all parties. Like us, AMO is one of the parties who actually always create awareness to the publics. So as a parents, we should love our children by not just buying them the toys, by loving their eyes. Like just the same as our teams for the World Sight Day this year. So love your eyes, love your child by loving their eyes. So that's my advice to the parents out there. You need to take good care of your eyes and your children's eyes, because your children's dia tak akan bagi tahu. Selama ni they're just loss of attention to learn. Suddenly they sit in front of the TV. Suddenly they don't want to listen to the teacher. It's all due to the vision. You never know. Instead of buying them the toys, you can try to buy this thing. Go to see optometrist. Instead of watching the Squid Game, this is the chart that helps children to check their visions. So is a trend right now. So yeah, if you want your children to be interested to go to eye check, maybe you can start look for an optometrist. Pass back to you, Mr. Shukri. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, JY. So that's very clear. Of course, we don't want to cause difficulty for to cause our children's future to to become bleak, menjadi suram, masa depan menjadi suram because of untreated amblyopia. Sebab rawatan amblyopia tu ada, boleh dibantu as long as the eye diseases is managed correctly, then the amblyopia can be managed by optometrists. Then once amblyopia is managed, treated, then the children can and able to perform better in schools, and have better socials and communication, communicate better with their friends, with their colleagues. And of course kita sebagai parents nak bagi yang terbaik kepada anak-anak kita. So that's very important for all of us parents out there. Bring your children to see optometrist to do eye examinations. Macam Mr. Ahmad selalu laung-laungkan setiap tahun, yearly eye examinations. Okay, so okay, the last question for tonight, and thank you JY. Tadi mention about World Sight Day. Ya, untuk pengetahuan semua dekat luar sana, kita akan menyambut Hari Penglihatan Sedunia, World Sight Day tomorrow. Ya, untuk tahun 2021, World Sight Day ni adalah hari Khamis minggu kedua bulan Oktober setiap tahun. So tahun ini jatuh pada esok hari 14 Oktober dan tema tahun ini adalah Love Your Eyes, ya, sayangi mata anda. So a little bit of trivia dekat situ. Thank you JY for giving a heads up. So back to our topic today about lazy eyes ni. The last question I'm going to ask Prakash, Mr. Prakash. Just now we mentioned about treatments, we mentioned about signs and symptoms and causes. I want to know about the preventions, early prevention, how we can, prevent amblyopia from happening, and who can, can help parents and children with those with lazy eyes or even before they get lazy eyes.
Yep.
Silakan.
Thanks, Shukri. So before we go into that, the prevention, I would like to share something. Just now I said, right, the eye and the brain, it's like a system. So we say until the child coming up to the age of about 10 to 12, the system is like a plastic, a soft plastic where you can actually reshape. If there's any problem, you can always reshape to make it straight. But after the age of 10 or 12, we said plastic tu dah jadi keras. You cannot reshape, So why I'm telling you this is, remember I said you have to detect the amblyopia as soon as possible. So bila kita dapat tahu anak you ada katakan mata malas, you're bringing your child to see an optometrist, and the optometrist telling that you're having a lazy eye. So as long as your child's age is less than 10 or 12, you got a very good chance to treat it. Di mana the first option itu kita bagi dia cermin mata. Kita nak betulkan dia punya rabun jauh. So bila kita dah betulkan, brain kita ni, kita punya otak akan anggap, oh actually kita boleh nampak lebih bagus. So what we are trying to do is we reshape the plastic to be in straight line again, Tetapi bila katakan dah umur 12 ke atas, plastik dia dah keras sedikit. So it's a bit difficult to treat. It is treatable, tapi chances, keberkesanan treatment tu tak berapa bagus. So kenapa saya bagi tahu ni? Cara kita nak cegah. The only way is by getting your eyes checked as early as possible, by the optometrist. So again, I would like to share, you may think that you punya anak baru umur 2 tahun and then dia tak kenal huruf. So kalau saya bawa dia kalau saya bawa dia pergi jumpa optometrist, how the optometrist is going to test the eyes? We don't worry about that. We have thousands of methods, to test your eyes, your child's eyes, like what Tuan Shukri is showing. We can even check vision in a 6 months baby. We can even check vision in 1-year-old baby. whatever the age of the child, we can still check. So don't worry whether your baby can see or not, whether your baby understand our instruction or not. We as an optometrist, the optometrist, we have thousands of ways, we have various methods how to check your vision, and then we can detect whether the child is having amblyopia or not. So I would say the prevention is of course, what do you call that, eye exam, early eye exam, kalau boleh setahun sekali. Ataupun vulnerable children, katakan your child has any issues like developmental issues, katakan lahir premature, pramatang, lahir terlalu awal, ataupun berat badan tak cukup. All these babies are we call vulnerable. So kalau vulnerable, you need to get the eyes checked as well. Okay. So siapa yang boleh tolong bila you ada lazy eye? Siapa yang boleh tolong? So setengah problem, most of the problem optometrist boleh tolong. Kalau lazy eye disebabkan rabun jauh, kita boleh tolong optometrist. Kalau katakan rabun jauh disebabkan juling ni ada beberapa jenis. Setengah juling optometrist boleh betulkan hanya dengan pakai cermin ataupun bagi prism ataupun bagi eye exercise. Setengah juling yang terlalu besar memerlukan operation. Dan bila perlukan operation, kita perlukan bantuan pakar bedah mata, the ophthalmologists. So you need to get a help from them. Or kalau katakan you ada cataract, okay, so cataract ni memang perlukan bantuan ophthalmologist juga. So di mana kita boleh tengok di sini optometrist dan ophthalmologist bekerja sekali. We are working together and we can refer each other, So that's the importance that you need to see an optometrist. Okay. Yeah. Other than that, prevention, like normal lah. I mean, reduce your hours with gadgets, and then eat proper diet and so on. Dan di sini juga saya nak ambil kesempatan Syukri, sebab Syukri bagi tahu tadi tomorrow we'll be celebrating World Sight Day, right?
Yes.
And in Malaysia we have this our association AMO. We will be having a National Eye Health Awareness Campaign. Alright, so memang setiap tahun kita buat lah. We call it NEHA 2021. So this year we're trying to do something different sebab it has to be virtual kan disebabkan pandemic. So kita fokus pada 3 benda. Okay, kita ada 3 main thing that kita nak fokus pada NEHA ni. Yang pertama kita nak tengok children's eye health, kesihatan mata kanak-kanak. Nombor kedua, kita nak tengok digital eye strain sebab kita semua work from home, work on computers. So memang kita semua terdedah kepada risiko digital eye strain. Dan nombor ketiga, ramai yang pakai kanta lekap, contact lens. You akan terfikir, selamat tak saya pakai contact lens semasa COVID ni? Boleh tak saya dapat COVID kalau saya pakai contact lens? So kita tekankan tiga-tiga benda ni. Cara public untuk dapat benefit daripada kita punya NEHA ni, join kita punya live forum, Facebook forum yang kita akan buat setiap Khamis bermula daripada esok. So kita punya program pertama bermula esok pukul 8 malam di Facebook yang anda tengah tengok sekarang ni. So esok pukul 8 kita ada 3 atau 4 panelis optometrist yang sangat berpengalaman yang akan bercerita berkenaan dengan kesihatan mata kanak-kanak, which is again coming to lazy eye or amblyopia. So kita ada 4 pakar yang lain. So saya minta kita punya penonton untuk tune in to our Facebook on tomorrow. That's all. Thanks, Shukri.
Okay, thank you, Prakash. So thank you for the information just now, Prakash, about the World Sight Day punya celebration by Association of Malaysian Optometrists, AMO. MO going to organize a National Eye Health Awareness Campaign. We already started this campaign back in 2018 or 2016, if I'm not mistaken. So we do it continuously, yearly, annually. This year, our theme is Eyes Under Lockdown. Am I right, Prakash? Eyes Under Lockdown, and you're going to focus on children eye health, digital eye strain, as well as contact lens in pandemic in COVID. So that's really good. Please, for all the audiences, for all the listeners tonight, see us, AMO, through our forum, Neha forums, on Thursday night at 8 p.m. So tune in and learn about all of these situations when it comes for eyes under lockdown, all these conditions that's happening around us, about, on our eyes. So thank you for that information, Prakash. Do you want to mention about other event perhaps? Do you want to, I believe there's some event that is very interesting. I think it's a treasure hunt or
Yep,
something like
maybe
that.
Tuan. Yep. Tuan Ahmad, you want to share?
Silakan.
Silakan Prakash.
Okay, so event kita ada live forum kan yang setiap Khamis
Betul.
we're gonna have
3 weeks.
3 weeks, okay, 3 Thursdays. That one you can join on our Facebook, and then we also have Instagram challenge. Basic things, okay. You go to our Facebook page, you will see what are the instructions. So you just take some photos that is related to our campaign. You just post it with the taglines. You have high chances of winning prizes, okay. And the third one, the most interesting event that we're going to have is, mungkin ada semua pernah tengok treasure hunt. Treasure hunt, actually you need to run with your team, looking for things and so on. But have you heard about online treasure hunt? So we're going to have
Virtual.
virtual treasure hunt. You don't
Virtual
have to go
treasure
out.
hunt.
You just sit in your room with your team, maximum 4 in a team. All right. So you sit in a team, you'll be answering some questions. You'll be going through the Google map. Okay. And then you're gonna, like, we will see who can get the most right answers within the short period of time. So those will be the winners. Okay. So we encourage you to participate this treasure hunt. Okay, yuran untuk masuk treasure hunt is 120 ringgit, if not mistaken.
Per team.
But for per team, per team, and early bird rate is 100 ringgit. Kan Tuan Ahmad?
Yeah.
Yeah. So early bird rate is 100 ringgit. Early bird rate will end in another 1 week time. Okay, and kita punya treasure hunt will be done on 30th October. And whether you win or not, for the first 300 teams, you will get a gift of 100 ringgit. Right? So that means
Wow.
whatever you pay, you're going to win back,
Yep.
That is only for the first 300 teams. So I would like to encourage you guys to join. And remember, this is not only for the optometrists, this is for public. Anyone can join our virtual treasure hunt. Yep. So for more details, please look for it onto our Facebook page, AMO Facebook page, or you can even go to our website. Okay. Yep. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Prakash, for that information. I am very excited about this year AMO World Sight Day celebrations. All these events, treasure hunt online. Wow, very very interesting. As well as the forums. I think mesti banyak ilmu, knowledge that will be shared by the panelists during the forums, as well as the Instagram challenge. Kena sertai ni. So all the public, orang anda semua dekat luar sana, please join. Semua informasi berkenaan treasure hunt, berkenaan forum, berkenaan Instagram challenge, dapatkan maklumat dekat website AMO, www.amo.org.my, ataupun visit our Facebook page. You can type Association of Malaysian Optometrists, AMO dekat dalam Facebook search tu, dan you akan jumpa our page, dan all the information is inside the Facebook page. Alright, so that's a little bit of selingan berkenaan kita punya World Sight Day. Thank you Prakash, thank you Ahmad, and as well as to you JY. So basically back to our topic tonight is about amblyopia, mata malas. I nak jemput mungkin JY, you ada a little bit of last words, untuk pesan to our audience about lazy eyes perhaps. Silakan.
Last word means love your eyes, love your children, and love your life. And to love your eyes, it means you need to go to see optometrist and to get your eyes checked on yearly basis. Yeah, that's all I can share, and that's all we can encourage our beloved audience who is listening tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, JY. And Ahmad, last one.
Okay, last one. Selamat Hari Penglihatan Sedunia. Love your eyes. Jumpa optometris sekurang-kurangnya setahun sekali untuk pemeriksaan mata. Pastikan anda berjumpa dengan optometris setahun sekali sekurang-kurangnya tu. Macam yang dentist 2 tahun sekali. Tapi optometris mata ni setahun sekali.
Baik. Thank you so much. Sebenarnya kita ada a few other comments dekat Facebook tu. Macam Mr. Kikigo ada mention about soalan ni. Mr. Terry Liu pun ada a few other questions. Tapi macam soalan untuk Mr. Kikigo tu, I think it's not we are not someone yang you can ask and we can answer your questions. It will be better, much better and proper to ask these questions to your optometrist. So of course, go and see an optometrist outside, and this optometrist will be able to answer your questions better and through proper examinations. And Mr. Terry as well, if able to, I will try to answer these questions later through the chat room as well. Okay, so I think we already exceed our time. Usually we online for about half an hour, but tonight, because it's gonna be World Sight Day, so tomorrow, so a little bit extra time for us. And thank you again to our panelists, to Mr. Prakash, to JY, to Ahmad, for being here tonight. Thank you so much. And thank you to all the listeners, to all the audience for watching us. And please do share this video to all of your friends, families, colleagues, so that they can get benefits for about amblyopia or lazy eyes. And we're going to see you in 2 weeks' time, 27th of October, with the topic of Squint, juling. Sebab tadi kita pun ada mention about amblyopia and juling. So next topic is about juling, Squint. So we're going to see you in 2 weeks' time. So thank you so much. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you, Sukri.
Wish you all the best. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Okay, terima kasih.